take a quick look at what Dataform actually looks like in practice, from the code editor to the lineage graph. This slide gives you a preview of what you get. You're writing regular BigQuery SQL, but in a more structured way, with version control, model dependencies, testing, and more. No setup, no extra cost. It runs right inside BigQuery Studio. Now let me walk you through the UI so you can see how it all comes together. Before we dive in, just so you don't get confused if you're trying to follow along, what I'm showing here assumes you've already initialized a repository and created a workspace. We'll walk through that setup step by step later in the course. To access Dataform, you just go to BigQuery in the Google Cloud Console, then click into Dataform under the Studio section. No install, no external tools, it's all built in. Now what you're looking at here is the code editor view. This is where you write your logic, and it looks and feels like normal SQL. It's the same BigQuery SQL syntax you already know, so there's no learning curve. But the difference is, everything is broken into clean files, each with a clear purpose. At the top of each file, you'll see a config block. This is where you define what the model is. Is it a view, a table, incremental? You control it with just a few lines. You can tag models, describe them, and define their dependencies all inside the file. You also get features like run, format, and compiled SQL preview right inside the editor, so you can see exactly what SQL is being sent to BigQuery before you execute it. And Dataform will show you how many gigabytes your query will scan. No surprises. Syntax errors are also caught immediately, just like you'd expect in any modern IDE. Now look on the left. The file structure is clean and intuitive. You've got models, includes, declarations, and shared YAML settings. This means you're not jamming everything into one big SQL file. Each part of your logic has its own space. This structure is what allows multiple analysts to work together at the same time. Since everything is version controlled, you're not stepping on each other's toes or overwriting someone's saved query. It supports proper GitHub integration, so you can branch, commit, pull request, and review code like a real software project. That's huge for business continuity. Even if a team member leaves, the pipeline doesn't live in their head or their saved queries. It lives in the repo. On the right side, there's a metadata pane that shows model type, tags, dependencies, and dependents, so you always know where your model fits into the bigger picture. Now let's jump to the compiled graph view. This is the part that really shows why modularity matters. Every model you build becomes a node in this graph, with upstream and downstream links automatically mapped. This makes it super easy to onboard new people. You can literally point at a model and say, this is where your part fits in. Debugging becomes visual. You don't have to scroll through a 600-line query to figure out what's feeding what. Now, let's say you want to actually run a model. You go to the top, hit Start Execution, and you can choose whether to run just one model or everything downstream from it. It's smart enough to only rebuild what's changed, and it'll fail fast if something breaks, so you catch issues early. You can also add assertions and operations. Assertions let you test your data, row counts, primary keys, duplicates, whatever you want. Operations let you run custom SQL logic like truncates or maintenance jobs. Everything you build here is testable, reusable, versioned, and auditable. This isn't just writing queries. This is managing pipelines like a real team should. So yeah, it's still BigQuery under the hood, but with Dataform on top, you get structure, safety, and speed. That's the power of this UI. We'll get into setup and best practices in the next lessons. But for now, this is the big picture.